Two of the items on the shelves at Five Below right now were pulled by federal safety regulators. One after 66,000 units were recalled. But here's the thing, everything else in this restock is the good stuff you missed last time. 18 worth grabbing, 4 to walk past. One trick that stops you overpaying. You'd be awesome if you subscribed and liked this video. Number 1, the viral mystery dumpling squishy. $5 tier in the store, and people are paying multiples of that on resale sites right now. It's palm-sized, sealed in a blind wrapper so you don't know which one you're getting, and the squish is dense and slow. You press it and it takes its time coming back. That's the whole appeal. Shoppers report stores keeping these behind the register with a limit of 3 per person and lines forming on drop days. Honest word. The seam can split under a hard squeeze, so it's not one to hand a toddler who bites. That's the one everybody's chasing, but the next item is the one people are quietly buying 4 of. Number 2, the 5 Beyond Bluetooth speaker, $7 to $10. Name brand minis in that size run $30 to $50. It's pocket-sized, charges over USB-C, and it's loud enough to carry across a backyard barbecue without anybody leaning in to hear it. Reviewers call it the surprise of the 5 Beyond wall, and deal groups say it's the first thing gone after a restock. The caveat's simple, the base is thin. Outdoors you won't notice. In a tiled kitchen it sounds a little hollow. Good sound for $8, but the next shelf is where the real markup gets exposed. Number 3, the $5 scented candle. Here's your anchor. Bath & Body Works candles are a soy wax blend, burn 25 to 45 hours, and sit in the mid-20s at full price. Even their big semi-annual sale lands around $6 to $11. This one's $5 every day. Flip it over and read the label yourself for the wax and the ounces. That's how you judge a candle, not by the front of the jar. Shoppers stock these as gift closet fillers, and they're right to. The catch: it's a single wick, so the scent throw is smaller, and it'll tunnel if you don't let it burn to the edge the first time you light it. Cheap scent, easy win, but the next one is genuinely worth walking to the back of the store for. Number 4, the gilded storage shelf, under $10. Comparable metal accent shelving at a home store runs you 2 to 4 times that. Thin gold-toned frame, glass shelves, the kind of thing that makes a bathroom counter look organized instead of cluttered. This one went viral, and shoppers say it disappears within days of hitting the floor. One warning, it's light, genuinely light. So don't put it on a high-traffic wall where grandkids come tearing around the corner. Anchor it or place it somewhere quiet. Grab that one. The next number is the one I want you to put back down. Number 5, skip it. The tabletop fire pit, the little concrete one, $2.50 to $5. The Consumer Product Safety Commission recalled it in September of 2025. About 66,000 units. The problem is the alcohol fuel. It can splash or leak out of that reservoir during use, and flames can jet right out of the unit. That's a burn injury on your patio table. If you already own one, stop using it, and Five Below will refund you without a receipt. Put that down and keep walking, because 3 aisles over is the item people regret not buying. Number 6, the Nido fidget squishies, the non-dumpling ones. A fraction of what a specialty sensory shop charges for the same kind of thing. Sand-filled, cool to the touch, slow to bounce back. If you've got a grandkid who can't sit still in a clinic waiting room, this is $4 that buys you 20 quiet minutes. Parents and teachers buy them in multiples for exactly that reason. Real flaw: puncture one and the gel inside will leak, so keep it away from scissors and dog teeth. Great for restless hands. The next one solves a problem you've been ignoring for months. Number 7, charging cables and wall bricks. Check the price on the tag, but you already know what a brand name cable costs, and this isn't close. braided sleeves so it doesn't fray at the neck, and some come with a right angle head, which matters if you charge your phone on the nightstand and keep bending the cord. Deal groups treat these as the best per dollar buy in the whole store. Here's the pro tip. Look at the wattage printed on the package before you buy a brick for a newer phone, or you'll be waiting all night for a charge. Cheap and useful. But the next item is what the collectors are actually here for. Number 8. Squishmallows and licensed plush. Compare it to the big box price on the same character, and you'll see the gap immediately. That marshmallow give, the embroidered face, the weight of it in your hand, that's the whole product. Collectors talk about restock days for these, and the good characters walk out fast. Honest note, the surface pills after you wash it, so if it's going to a kid who drags it everywhere, expect it to look loved by month 3. Save one for a birthday. But the next thing on this shelf is the item I want you to see the recall notice on. Actually, before that, number 9, the blind boxes. Disney figures, trading cards, that whole wall. Per box, you're well under what a hobby shop charges. Sealed, weighted, no peeking, and that's the fun of it. Shoppers say drops land Tuesdays and Thursdays, though it swings store to store. The obvious caveat, it's a gamble. You can open 3 and pull the same figure twice. Buy it as a treat, not as an investment. That's the fun risk. The next one is the risk that isn't fun. Number 10. Skip this one. The room-to-room LED, iridescent bear light, about $12, modeled by LD0030. The CPSC recalled it in April of 2025, a fire and burn hazard. And here's why it matters more than the fire pit. It's a bear. It's shaped like a nightlight. It's the kind of thing that ends up plugged in beside a sleeping child. Take it back to any store for a full refund. That one goes in the return pile, and the next one is what I'd buy instead. Number 11. The 5 Beyond Robotic Vacuum. $25. Entry-level robot vacuums start around $130. It's puck-sized and quiet enough to run while you're sitting on the couch with the TV on. Buyers call it the sleeper of the 5 Beyond aisle. Now be realistic, there's no mapping. It bounces around at random and it needs a clear floor to do anything useful. So it's not replacing your vacuum, it's a maintenance runner for pet hair and crumbs between real cleans. That's $25 of your Saturday back. And the next item saves your back a different way. Number 12. The 5 Beyond Luggage. $20 to $25 for a hardshell carry-on with spinner wheels. The department store version is $80 to $120. Those spinner wheels are the point, by the way. If your shoulder or your knees complain, rolling beats carrying. Buyers keep these as the beater bag they don't cry over. The weak point is exactly what you'd guess, the wheels. It'll handle 2 flights a year fine. Weekly travel will chew it up, perfect for a once-a-year trip. Next up, the one that gets thrown in the cart without thinking, and shouldn't be. Number 13, the throw blankets. Sherpa on one side, plush on the other, at a fraction of the home store price for the same feel. People buy these in stacks every fall. One for the recliner, one for the car, one for the guest room. Trust me on this one. Wash it by itself the first 2 times. It sheds, and it'll coat everything else in the load. After that, it settles down, and it's yours for years. Wash it once, and it's yours. The next item is the one I'd hand to the grandkids first. Number 14, the craft and activity kits. Compare it to a craft store kit, and it's not a close fight. Everything's in the box, nothing extra to buy on the way home. Grandparents restock these before summer visits, and they're the reason a rainy afternoon doesn't fall apart. The honest note, the glue and the paint in the box are thin. If you got 2 kids, buy 2 kits and skip the argument. Cheap way to buy a quiet afternoon. Now here's the famous one, and the one I have to be honest about. Number 15. Skip it mostly. The Hydro Quench 40-ounce tumbler. Yes, it looks like a Stanley quencher, and a Stanley runs $45 to $50, while this one's around $7, but the interior is plastic. Five Below makes no insulation claim and no dishwasher claim, and in independent testing it failed both the ice test and the heat test. So don't buy it for hot coffee or a long day in the sun. Buy it as a big cold water cup for your desk, and it's fine. If you need real insulation, the Ozark Trail 40 ounce at about $11.74 passed the same tests. Spend the extra $6 there and put the savings into the next item, which is the one worth the walk. Number 16. The kitchen gadgets. Silicone spatulas, scrapers, the small stuff that name brands charge 4 times as much for. Dishwasher's safe, and that's the whole reason you buy silicone. Budget shopping groups treat this aisle as a quiet staple. Here's what to check. Look for a stainless core in anything you'll use over heat. The all-plastic versions warp in hot water, and then they never sit flat again. Small money, real use. The next one has a shelf life you need to know about. Number 17. The pool floats in summer stock. Cheaper than the big box float wall, and the seams are the same thin PVC either way, which is why overinflating is what splits them, not the kids. Now the timing, because this matters. Summer stock hits clearance in early August, so buy now only if you're actually using it this month. Otherwise, wait 3 weeks and pay half. Time that one right. The next is the item nobody films and everybody needs. Number 18. Gift wrap, bags and party supplies. One bag at a card shop can cost more than 4 of these. That's not an exaggeration. That's the whole aisle. Nobody makes a video about wrapping paper, and it's quietly the biggest year-round save in the store. The catch, the tissue and the ribbon are thin. Double up the tissue and nobody will ever know. Boring, and it saves you the most. The next one's for the dog. Number 19, the pet toys. Rope, squeakers, plush. A fraction of pet store pricing, which is why people grab 3 at a time. Fair warning, these are not built for an aggressive chewer. Supervise, and the moment that squeaker is exposed, pull it and throw it out. For a gentle chewer, it's a $5 week of entertainment. Fine for a gentle chewer. Now the last thing I want you to skip, and it's not the store's fault. Number 20, skip it. The marked up resale squishy. Back to number 1, do not pay resale prices for a $5 item you can walk in and buy. Restocks are frequent. What you're seeing isn't a supply shortage, it's a line problem. Wait a week and save $30, and use these last 2 to save even more. Number 21, reading glasses and everyday beauty basics. Against pharmacy pricing, this isn't a comparison, it's a route. And here's the real value. Buy 3 pairs. 1 in the car, 1 by the recliner, 1 in the kitchen drawer. The whole point is that you stop hunting for them. The hinges are the failure point. They always are at this price, which is exactly why you buy 3 instead of 1. Cheap insurance. And the last one isn't a product, it's the trick that pays for everything in your cart. Number 22. Five Below doesn't price match. What's on the tag is what you pay, which means timing is your only lever. So, the deepest clearance lands 1 to 3 days after a major holiday, up to about 50% off, and summer stock drops in early August. Before you drive anywhere, use check store availability on their website. Inventory swings wildly store to store, and that's the whole reason these things sell out everywhere. And keep your receipt. 30 days to return with it. Without it, you get a gift card, nothing else, which stings most on the 5 Beyond items, because that's where the actual money is. Not every cheap thing is worth grabbing. The fire pit and the bear light prove that, and that tumbler proves a dupe can look right and still be wrong. But the 18 we walked, those go in our own cart. The shelves are full again. They won't be by the weekend. Shop smart. Grab well.